What if I told you the man behind one of the most famous math formulas in history might not have even written it? Long before modern science, before universities, before textbooks, there lived a mysterious Greek thinker who believed numbers were divine, music was mathematical, and souls could be reborn. His name was Pythagoras. But the truth about him is far stranger than the triangle theorem you learned in school. Today, we're exploring 10 fascinating facts about Pythagoras, the mathematician who mixed math with mysticism. You know the formula, a squared plus b equals c squared, but here's the twist. Pythagoras never wrote it down. In fact, there's no surviving writing directly from him at all. Everything we know about his famous theorem comes from his followers. Some historians even believe civilizations like the Babylonians understood the relationship between triangle sides long before Pythagoras. So why does he get the credit? Because his school transformed the theorem into a cornerstone of Greek mathematics, and that legacy stuck. Pythagoras didn't just teach math. He created a secretive philosophical community in southern Italy. It functioned like a mix between a school, a spiritual order, and a disciplined society. Members followed strict rules. No personal possessions, shared living, deep loyalty to the group. Some accounts even say new members had to remain silent for years before speaking in meetings. This wasn't just a math class. It was a way of life. To Pythagoras and his followers, numbers weren't just tools for counting. They were sacred. They believed numbers formed the structure of the universe itself. The number 1 represented unity, the number 2 symbolized duality. The number 10 was considered perfect. They even worshipped a triangular figure called the tetractys, a symbol made of 10 points arranged in a triangle. For them, math wasn't just science, it was spirituality. One of Pythagoras' most remarkable discoveries involved music. Legend says he noticed that different hammer weights in a blacksmith shop produced harmonious sounds. He later experimented with string lengths and found something revolutionary. Musical harmony follows mathematical ratios. For example, a string half the length of another produces a note 1 octave higher. This discovery laid the foundation for music theory and proved that math could explain beauty. Pythagoras believed the soul was immortal. Some stories claim he once stopped a man from beating a dog because he believed he recognized a friend's soul in its voice. While it may sound unusual today, these ideas influenced later philosophers, including Plato. Because he believed animals had souls, Pythagoras promoted a meat-free lifestyle. His followers avoided eating animals. Interestingly, the term Pythagorean diet was once used to describe vegetarianism before the modern term existed. Food to him was tied to morality and purity. The 5-pointed star, known as the pentagram, was a sacred symbol to his followers. It represented health, harmony, and mathematical perfection. The shape contains fascinating geometric proportions tied to the golden ratio. For the Pythagoreans, this symbol wasn't mystical in a dark sense. It was mathematical beauty. Before founding his school, Pythagoras traveled extensively. Historical accounts suggest he studied in Egypt and Babylon. Possibly even farther east, he absorbed mathematical and spiritual ideas from multiple cultures. When he returned to the Greek world, he blended these influences into something entirely new. Unlike many ancient institutions, Pythagoras' community allowed women to join. One of the most notable members was Theno, who some believe was his wife or student. She was credited with contributing to mathematical and philosophical ideas within the school. For its time, this level of inclusion was remarkable. The end of Pythagoras' life is surrounded by legend. Some accounts say his school became politically powerful, and rivals attacked it. One story claims he died while fleeing attackers because he refused to cross a field of beans, due to a strange belief about their spiritual significance. Other historians believe he simply died in exile. The truth? No one knows for certain. And perhaps that mystery only adds to his legend. Pythagoras was far more than a math teacher. He was a mystic, a traveler, a community builder, and a thinker who believed numbers explained the cosmos. More than 2,500 years later, students still memorize his theorem. Musicians still use his ratios, and philosophers still debate his ideas. The man behind the triangle was never just about triangles. He was searching for the hidden order of the universe, and in many ways, we still are. Thanks for watching. For more videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.